قال الله ولا يا Basham Yoshai Basham Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well, peace and salutations to the brothers, all four corners of this earth, pushing us with in truth and in sincerity. You understand? To the men who risking their lives day in and day out to push this truth and get this word out. Sincerely, Shalom. Here with another short video. And I guess it will be another installment of prophecy in progress because this is it coming to fruition. As it is, right? It says the UK's Online Safety Act has arrived, right? And so the first phase of the UK's Online Safety Act has come into force, right? It says the sweeping censorship law, which was supposed to protect users, now gives social media platforms broad powers to erase lawful speech. I guess it's supposed to be unlawful there. The requirements effective 17th March being imposed on these platforms include identifying and deleting what is deemed illegal content. I say it's supposed to be unlawful, right? It says, and taking steps to reduce the risk of such content being posted. The platform face significant fines if they fail to implement these measures. InfoWars reports the law includes truthful and non-violent speech in the illegal category. Wow. That platforms must remove. The first phase rules cover a huge list of priority offenses, 130 types of content in total, which can be grouped into 17 categories. The stated goals of the legislation are one thing, but its many critics have been consistently warning that the interpretation and implementation poses an unacceptable level of risk of stifling lawful speech. The foreign interference category is where truthful speech is also targeted for removal. This stems from the definition of misinterpretation in the National Security Act 2023, on which Online Safety Act bases its rules. Now, what it's saying is that, though, regardless of if it's truthful or not, once them like it, they charging your fate. They charging the site for it and the site's removing it. The definition, among other things, outlaws presenting information in a way which amounts to a misrepresentation, even if some or all of the information is true. Wow. Look at that. Even if some or all of the information is true, was it misrepresenting? So if you blatantly go out and say, hey, Esau is the devil incarnate, you could face, you could get that pulled down. Wow. Okay. All right. Lovely. What a time to be alive. It says, given how prone the UK's top former and current officials and lawmakers are to conflate non-violent speech with violence, this is another cause for concern. In the wake of the Southport riots, there were repeated instances of high-ranking officials considering incitement to violence to be the same as misinformation, while Prime Minister Keir Starmer accused supporters of activist and journalist Tommy Robinson of their stance being equal to seeking vicarious thrill from street violence. The category of racial hatred is among the priority offenses. Wow, look at that in the law. And this relies on the Public Order Act 1986 and the way it deals with stirring up racial hatred, but also instances when racial hatred is likely to be stirred up. And this can be done not only through behavior but also words, including those that are threatening, abusive, and insulting. This type of definition leaves plenty of room for interpretation, and even before this first phase of Online Safety Act's implementation, many UK citizens would get arrested or interrogated for allegedly stirring racial hatred with their social media posts, presented with the choice of paying huge fines or erring on the side of overall removal. Tech companies are expected to choose the latter. Wow, okay. So yeah, what I'm saying is basically, even if you're telling the truth, once they find it offensive, you understand, it will be pulled down. But you pay huge fines. Look at that. Wow. I'm going to go to my first precept. Right. We're going to book a second adjust. This is definitely the progression of prophecy. Wow. Lovely. What a time to be alive, boy. What a time to be alive. Second adjust 5 verse 9, right? It says, and salt water shall be found in the sweet, and all then shall wit hide itself, and understanding withdraw itself into his secret place. You understand? And shall be sought out of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon earth. And this is it. And this is it. You understand? The famine of the word is here. Soon preaching going done. You understand? Soon fishing going to finish, and right after go be hunting. Well, not right after, but you know what I get to that, right? Fishing season is closing to an end, man. Wow. Yeah, so they say this time is wit will hide itself and understanding will withdraw itself into a secret chamber. Yeah, because we are going and we will use wisdom, and you know what I mean, we ain't putting on nowadays. You know, die the time. Die the times are we coming into. Wow. Kalal wa wadla ya bashim yoshai bashim kakudash bay. You understand here, John 44 seal. You know, these are signs that the elect is sealed by. This is how we know. You understand? This is the by is the patience and faith that is in. So wow, this is amazing. This is simply amazing. Go to the book of Daniel 7:25. It says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a times and the dividing of time. Yeah, right. They seek to change time and days will do and the way in we out. You understand? They make we job harder. Not knowing that we already know that. You understand? We was already forewarned of this. We was already forewarned of this, but yeah, this is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing, huh? Such an amazing thing. Right, I'll close off after this precept, as I say. It was a quick video, you understand? But wow, it's a beautiful time to be alive, boy. This Matthew 18 and verse 7. It's the woe unto the world because of offences, for it must needs be that offences come. But woe to that man by whom the offences cometh. You understand? Yeah. Woe to the person who bringing on the offences, so woe to them people, woe to them governments, woe to Babylon. You understand? Woe to Babylon. Destruction to Babylon. Right, period. You understand? Wow. I can't believe that this article stated what it stated today. This is amazing. If you know, you know. You understand? If you don't know, you ain't going to ever know. You know, wow. This is lovely. This is lovely. Nevertheless, I hope this was edifying and insightful. I hope this was eye-opening to the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yoshai, Hashem Kakadash. Until next time, Shalom.